Okay, so this will be a video on replacing the Xreas shock strut system on the 2007 4runner. This is the V8 version, not that that matters. You can see right here, this is one of the Xreas lines. I've already taken the cover plate off that one, and you can see the line going in here to the front strut. I've already taken off the bar here. That you need to get that off to be able to slide this out easy, and plus or minus on having to take off this ball joint bracket. I did take it off on the other side just to give myself some clearance to push down a little bit more to get to that. The Xreas system is a pretty good system. Unfortunately, each one of these is about $300, $400 to replace. Whereas what I have to replace it now is the Monroe Quick Shock. This thing right here comes already assembled. You can do KYB, that's also a good brand. KYB was 20 bucks more. Maybe I would have gotten more bang for my buck. But once I have this Xreas system off, that'll be good to go. Also, you can see back here in the back, I did put KYB shocks on. I removed the Xreas system. Bolt cutters. So, and you can see the line right there. That's the end of the line that I cut. And then you have the option of removing that guy right there, which I may or may not do. I might just leave it for now and get the job done and take it off later. The Monroe quickstrut, already assembled. Again, I've taken off that front sway bar and I'm going to replace those little guys right there. You see that? $17 at O'Reilly, or you can buy them on Amazon. These front struts I bought for 100 bucks on Amazon. It's the Monroe Quick Strut. The KYBs were 126. I probably would have gotten more bang for my buck, but I wanted to at least try. I was getting some clunking on the front end. The ball joint seems fine. On this one, I did take off the lower ball joint bracket, the lower ball joint nut, and I put a new cotter pin through there just to give me some more downward force. So my plan here too, this right here is the remaining Xreas line. This right here, you can see it right here. I'm gonna cut that and then leave what I want. This is also, so I've got those three upper nuts are off. They're right there, those three upper nuts. And then there's another key here too, is this will be stuck here at the top. On the other side it was stuck. So I had this here, and I took the sledgehammer and whacked it out of there. Yeah, I have the bolt off there. That's not that bad coming off. Put some of that Freol or penetrating oil on that. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to undo the Xreas nut right there, the screw actually, and that's the next step. I'm going to drain it into that same pan I've been draining, and you'll get some hydraulic fluid, I don't know, about a cup of hydraulic fluid out. And then anytime the strut were to move or anything else, you would be getting more flow. And then after that, to make things easier, so like I said, you have to take off that sway bar. I'm going to replace those rubber frame mounts of it as well. But what that allows you to do is gives you more room right here, because otherwise that sway bar comes right here and you can't get the strut out. So also another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to undo, just like on the other side, this ball joint. I'm going to take that cotter pin out. I have a new cotter pin, and I'm going to take that off, because then it allows you to move this whole thing forward and backward, which it is so difficult to get that out, the strut out through that hole right there, unless it's free moving. I'll try it again, but I couldn't do it on the other side. I can try it on this side and see if I can get it through that. Okay, so on this side, what I've done is I've left the ball joint bracket and ball joint on so far, so I don't have to deal with that, hopefully. And we'll see if I have enough space to take the strut out right through there. Now to do this, I've taken my jack that comes with the car, the bottle jack, and I placed it on the upper control arm up to there and just pushing down, which gives you the clearance you need right there. So it wiggles around. And then I banged a couple times right there with that screwdriver, and that pops loose. Okay, so now I've taken off the 2 bolts here on the bottom. You actually don't have to take off the ball joint nut with that cotter pin through it. And now you can see you can move this back and forth, giving you more room right there to slide the new quickstrut into place. So that was a necessary thing. And then I've cut the Xreas lines. You can see that I've cut them right there, the tip there. And so I'm just cutting those and take them out later. Okay, so just undoing those 2, I was able to get it in. And here's that bottle jack trick. So all I've done is I got the 2 ball joint mounting bolts off. That allowed me to move this forward or backwards to be able to fit the new strut up through this hole without damaging the CV boot. So that works really well. So you have to take off the star. You gotta take that off. And then undo those 2, the bolts on the ball joint bracket. And then, and this comes out too, that's that sway bar, control bar. And so now all I gotta do is bolt it in place. And when you use this bottle jack like this, you can see you can nicely align that hole. It works pretty well. Okay, thanks. Okay, so there it is. It's all done. It's in there. Got the new bushing on there. Next thing, just take it to the car wash. I'm gonna spray off any of that hydraulic fluid that's leaked anywhere, but the Xreas system has been totally removed. The lines, I just cut and then just pulled the lines out, and that worked really well. So next thing, a road test, and we'll see how it does. Everything's been torqued down to the spec, and that's about it. It went pretty well. We'll just make sure everything runs smooth on the car. And I'll let you know how these are the Monroe quick shocks on the front, and the KYBs on the rear, the shock absorbers. And to do this, if you want to take off the Xreas system, you have to jack up all the tires. If you don't have all the tires off the ground, you're going to be in trouble with spraying hydraulic fluid everywhere. So you got to relieve the weight of the car off the system, and that'll help a lot. And again, to get this out, I did the best way I found was undoing these 2 ball joint bracket bolts. You don't have to do the center one, but do the 2 on the sides there. And then take the sway bar off. It sounds like a pain, but the sway bar, you just take off the link, take off those 2 there on both sides. It comes off really easy, and then it gives you the room that you need right here to get the new one out. Those bolts look like those nuts look like they're a pain, but they're actually not that bad. Overall, it took me a long time because I wish I'd known all this in advance on this way. And if you know of any other ways that work well, please list them in the comments and subscribe to my channel if you like. Thanks.